Hey, it's a chilly, chilly day. I am a Marxist by disposition, but I can't imagine going back to books written 150 years ago for insights on our present conditions will do much more than reinforce my belief in a thinking and philosophy put out of reach in the present by 150 years of propaganda. I am pretty sure that Karl himself would point out that capitalism is not rooted in a natural order, that the work against it has been monumental since the function it serves for men and now women, a petulant identifier, is weak and angry, that personal wealth accumulation as raison d'etre has finally consumed an incurious, unfulfilled, and mediocre civilization, and the way back is only possible through climate collapse. The biblical flood is therefore the only truth that the magic book contains. If common sense were a guiding principle in the affairs of us, we'd be Marxists all already. From the idiocy of Western claims of democracy to murder in Gaza, our dominant myth is some strange need to believe I am, I American, I European, I Jew, I Chinese, the best one, the superior ones, the chosen ones. It's in the much older books, older than Capital, full of absurdities we call truth, then wonder why we are so susceptible to lying. And this ancient decrepit groupthink is reinforced every minute in these cultures. The American version every 4 years is the message of every candidate. You live in the greatest country ever. I know it doesn't feel that way, but that is because of those guys. End quote. The greatest universal unifier is the bad guys overseas. It is Deuteronomy, it is Christian, the Hamas, Satan, the latest version of a long and impressive line of demons. Why the US, Europe, etc. can't shake this silly, sad preoccupation is beyond me, but it is at the heart of identifying with Israel, the victimhood the West cannot claim but needs desperately to sustain its sustaining exceptionalist myth. To identify the opposition always as terrorist, justifying the atrocity that is Western civilization, genocide is a Western value. We rub out, impose, convert, co-opt, colonize, exploit, and then finally just kill the other. Wounded Knee to Gaza, it is our tradition. The individual person within this order is weak, enabling a necessary mighty God to be the source of laws we idiots could never invent and wars we only can fight, or proxy. An act, a change is called for, blowing in the wind. The rich are obsolete, and the faiths are genocidal, and we sit here Hamlet-like. Quote, I do not know why yet I live to say this things to do, sith I have cause and strength and will and means to do it, end quote, but not the courage. Marx, dear boy, in the above reality is the enemy always and everywhere. We are all either Marxist or anti-Marxist, and were before him. He was briefly a Christian in John Ball in 1381, then hung, drawn, and quartered. He is the antithesis of a Judeo-Christian cult of the chosen. I really do imagine some ancient druid, by the way, shaking his head in some myrtle grove in Surbiton 5,000 years ago after sacrificing the latest animal or human to no avail to whatever the god of mud, and saying, well, it's just not working, is it? Time for something new. Any ideas, Higlac? Is that time, O people of the North and the West? This is just not working.